Hey guys, Sean here, and after 2 weeks, I'm gonna do like what is essentially part 2 of my movie collection. But this will kind of be sort of part 1 because it's part 1 of my DVDs, but it's part 2 of the collection overall. I know it probably sounds confusing, but stay with me. So, since I have 2 DVD shelves, which you probably saw when I did my apartment tour like months ago probably, what I'm doing is doing each shelf individually. So part 1 will be the tiny shelf, and then part 2 of the DVDs will be the large shelf. Sorry. So let's start. So I got here Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1. Great show, a lot of fun. This is the only season I have right now because I haven't really found 2, 3, and 4 yet. Well, 4 I don't even think is on DVD yet, so of course I'm not going to buy that one. But yeah, I haven't found the other seasons yet. I want to get them because I really love this show. I don't care what the fuck people say, the show's fucking awesome. And the next is Alvin and Chipmunk Road Trip. I used the digital copy for this movie. And I will say that this is the weakest in the series. I think probably the weakest in the series, even though they're all so-so movies. Like I said about the first 3, they're guilty pleasure basically. So, but this movie is by far the weakest because it's the worst villain in the series. And like I said in the other video, this movie made me say the words, "God, I miss David Cross." But yeah, it's okay for what it is, I think. Hang on, guys. And next is Ant-Man on DVD. I have this on Blu-ray. I would like to get a 2-disc Blu-ray case so I could put this and DVD together. Or this and the Blu-ray together, make a combo pack. That would be awesome. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. It's one of the funniest MCU movies, I think. It's just a lot of fun. And you got The Avengers, 2012. I love this movie. It's in my top 5 MCU movies. For a long time, this was my favorite MCU movie. For a long time. But then after Guardians and Civil War, it just got demoted. And even now with Spider-Man Homecoming, I think it got demoted more. I don't know. But I do love this movie. It's my top 5 favorite MCU movies. I know that. Top 5 at least. Avengers Age of Ultron. This is not as good as the first movie, but still it's a fun movie. It does feel a little rushed in places. Certain scenes, certain parts in the movie just feel like they're only there to set up for future movies, which I think every MCU movie kind of has that flaw, really, because since this is a shared universe. But yeah, I still enjoy the movie, a lot of fun. This part right there was really close. The Hulkbuster, that was close to see on the big screen. And then you got Deadpool. Fucking love this movie. This is Fox's apology for X-Men Origins, man. This is a great, fun movie. I heard this movie was originally supposed to be NC-17, but they trimmed it down to a rated R, which I'm kind of glad they did, because I'm pretty sure had they kept it NC-17, this movie would have never been in theaters, to be honest. But yeah, love this movie. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And this is probably my favorite X-Men movie, along with Logan, which I don't have on DVD or Blu-ray. I have Logan on digital copy. So I still have the movie, just not on home media. Dumb and Dumber 2, highly enjoyed it. Yeah, you could say this is basically just a retread of the first movie, but it's still fun. It made up, in my opinion, for Dumb and Dumber when Harry Met Lloyd. Because it's great seeing Carrie and Daniels back in their characters. They slipped right back into these roles even 20 years later, it slipped right back in without even missing a beat. Then you got Ghost Rider Extended Edition. Extended cut. I have the theatrical cut on the larger shelves, so I didn't bring it to this video. But yeah, this only adds like 10 minutes of the movie, which I didn't think you really needed much that was in here. Especially the one scene that's in the theatrical cut was shown in the flashback where Johnny's father talked about the helicopters. It's shown here in an actual scene, and then shown again in a flashback. It's like, we didn't really need that if you're going to do the flashback. But, yeah. Laugh at me if you want, but I got High School Musical 2, Extended Edition. I haven't really seen this extended cut yet, but I know there's like an additional song added in. So yeah. But I enjoy these movies for what they are. I, Robot, fun movie. It's a great Will Smith film. I have enjoyed this for years, you know. Jeff Dunham, Controlled Chaos. I fucking love this. It's so fucking funny. So fun. It's really fun, entertaining. It's funny as hell. So yeah. And this is the only concert or event of his that I've seen of him. And only on the DVD. I haven't seen him. I haven't really seen him in person. I would like to someday. Someday get the chance. That would be awesome. And then I have, there's no show long. King of Queens, great fun show. Season 1, Season 5, and then Season 8. I don't have 2 through 4, 6, 7, or Season 9. I'm missing a few seasons, obviously. But it's still a great, fun show. You know what I mean? And then you have the Hobbit trilogy, theatrical cuts. All fun movies. I love these films. I saw every one of these in the theater and was a great time all the way through. And then you have Lord of the Rings, theatrical cuts, Fellowship, Two Towers, Return of the King. This, for some reason, does not like my Blu-ray player. Or the other way around. Blu-ray player does not like this. But yet, it likes these two. Makes no sense. National Treasure 1 and 2. I like both these movies. Hang on. I like both these National Treasure movies. There's supposedly a third in development. Last I heard, they're trying to get a script together that I think can be historically accurate, or something like that. But it's been 10 years since Book of Secrets came out, so I don't even know if they're even going to get it together, really. I mean, I would like them to make a third just to finish off this series, but I rather doubt they're going to get it together. Night of the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. This, in my opinion, is the weakest in the trilogy, but it's not all that bad. It's still a fun movie. One of my main criticisms with it is I didn't like how they recast the role of Stiller's kid, from Jake Cherry to Skylar Gaisando, I think is his name or something. I just didn't like how they recast the part. I thought it was really stupid on their part. But it's still a fun movie. Number 23. It's an interesting movie. It's one of Jim Carrey's only like thriller movies that I've seen of his. And I've seen most of Jim Carrey's film catalog. Notice I said most. Or at least most of the ones I've known of. Strange thing is, when I bought this at Disc Replay, this was on there. Like, I think somebody actually owned this movie before I bought it, because not only is it on the case, but their initials is also on the disc, if you can see that, which I think is kind of weird. But yeah. And then we have the James Bond series, which I've recently heard Daniel Craig is coming back for a 5th movie. Yes! Yeah, the 4 Daniel Craig movies, the only ones I've owned. I've seen all the other Bond movies, and me and my friend Evan are planning to review those, all the other movies, you know, along with this. So yeah, Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, by far my favorite, and then you have Spectre, which I like Spectre. I thought it was a fun movie, but there are just some stuff in it that doesn't really add to the 3 movies. The way they try to connect it in is they're trying to say that Christoph Waltz's character, Franz Oberhauser, I'm not gonna try and do any spoilers, even though this movie's like 2 years old, I'm trying not to be spoilery, where they say that Christoph Waltz's character is the author of Bond's pain in the last 3 movies, but yet the way they try and go about revealing it doesn't really hold much water if you think about it. I mean, I like what they were trying to do, though. But in all fairness, I think Fate of the Furious does that plot point better, in my opinion. This video might be shorter than the last one. But yeah, I have all of Seinfeld seasons 1, 2, and 3 on 2 separate volumes. Yeah, Seinfeld seasons 1 and 2. I think season 1 is really short, that's why it's 1 and 2 are combined. And then you have season 3. This is a funny show. I really like it. You know, I love the show. I think it's a lot of fun. It's really funny. And, you know, fun characters. You know, if you guys have not seen this show, I would highly recommend it. It's basically on reruns all the time. So yeah. Simpsons movie, released back in 2007. I think are talks of a sequel. I don't know, but I do like the show. I thought the movie was really fun. What is this? What is this malarkey? It's like a newspaper kind of thing in here. I think it's kind of funny. Weird. But yeah, fun movie, you know, a lot of fun. Sky High, you know, based on superhero genre. What is this malarkey? There, we'll put it this way. Of course, Disney movie, 12 scenes only. Why am I not surprised? But yeah, this is on Disney Channel. It's got Kurt Russell, or not really Disney Channel. It was a Disney movie though. It's got Kurt Russell, Kelly Preston, Danielle Panabaker, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. You know, it's got a lot of good cast members in this movie. It also has voiceover by Patrick Warburton. I'm not going to tell you the character he plays, though, because that's, I think, kind of a spoiler. And the movie's he's like 12 years old, so. But I'm sure there's probably still some people who haven't seen it, so I don't want to spoil it for them. And then you got Superman 2, the Richard Lester version, in the shittiest fuck cover. I did a video this like months ago about movies I have on DVD covers. So yeah. I mean, I don't hate this version. I think it's still good, but it's not as good as this one, the Donner cut, which, in my opinion, I think is better than the Lester version because it's more cohesive with the first movie. The tone is more consistent, you know, and it's just a better paced film. So yeah, I would prefer the Donner cut if you're to watch this movie. People nitpick about the ending of the movie where Superman turns back time again, but here's the thing about that. That was really supposed to be the end of this movie, not the first. They made it the end of the first movie because reasons, I guess. But yeah, the whole spin the world back thing is supposed to be for this movie. So it doesn't really bother me like it does other people. But I can understand why it would. You know what I mean? Because you saw the first movie, he did it there. And so I can understand why it pisses people off. But it doesn't piss me off because I know the production history behind the movie. Man of Steel, great fun movie. I love this movie. I don't care what anyone fucking says. This portrays Superman in a more realistic way. People complain about the property damage, the fact Superman doesn't save people, which, that's all bullshit. Okay, the property damage I can understand because there is actually a lot of property damage. But here's the thing is, this is Superman's pretty much first day on the job. He's still trying to figure out his powers, you know? And most of the property damage is from Zod, not Superman himself. And people say this Zod is not a good Zod. Well, compared to this one, this Zod has more of a more three-dimensional character and more, you know, motivation for what he's doing. Whereas in this movie, it's just kneel before Zod because I want to take over the world for reasons. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Terrence Stamp's performance. I think he did a great job. But as far as actual character, gotta give it to Michael Shannon because he actually has, I don't know, a fucking motivation. And you can actually sympathize with his character because of what they do. Because in this movie, Krypton basically for some reason has eliminated the ability of choice. So all children are grown, not born. Because Clark's the first natural born in history, or in centuries. So most of the children are grown in these Genesis chambers. And when they're grown, they are programmed from birth to do a very specific job. Zod's job was to protect the Kryptonian race at all costs, no matter what it took. So that's why he wants to turn Earth into a new Krypton and get the Genesis code, the Codex from Clark, because he essentially wants to rebuild Krypton on the ashes of Earth, because he only cares about his race and his race only. He doesn't give a shit about us Earthlings. To him, we're just ants. And he's the boot stepping on said ant. That's pretty much what it is. And the whole idea of people complaining Superman should never kill, that's not his thing. Watch this and then shut the fuck up. He killed Zod here. And nearly laughed about it. Yet when he kills Zod here and, you know, moans about the fact that he take a life, people bitch. I don't get that. I really don't. Yeah, I love Man of Steel. I think it's a lot of fun. And I do have Batman v Superman on digital. Same with Suicide Squad. Get that in digital. Even though I don't really care about that movie, but it's fine to have. in case I want to throw it on for sound background noise. But yeah, this is a great movie. Love Man of Steel, probably my favorite Superman movie. I am looking forward to Man of Steel 2 when they eventually make that. I'm also looking forward to Justice League at the end of the year. I do hope we get the Boy Scout back, so everyone can please shut the fuck up about them doing Superman wrong. And if you guys are going to ask me why I give Man of Steel a pass for the darker, grittier route, yet I give Man of Steel Spider-Man shit, is because I've always been more of a Spider-Man fan, and I'm nitpicky about Spider-Man. You know, Spider-Man's my shit. Superman I wasn't really a fan of until I saw this movie. I mean, I've heard of Superman, you know, I saw him in the Batman movies. Like, that's the world's finest movie. I saw him in Batman The Dark Knight Returns. But I was never really a Superman fan until I saw this. So I saw Superman Returns, and if you've seen my review, you know I was fucking bored to death by that movie. So I was like, you know, fuck this shit, I'm not gonna watch other movies. Then I saw this movie, I was like, okay, give it another shot, and I loved it. And it got me to watch the original movies. So yeah. And then you got Ted and Ted 2. These are both funny and hilarious. I saw this one in theaters, had a lot of fun with it. So yeah, I enjoy both these movies. I hope they make a third one. The question is, what would they do for it? That's the question, what they would do for the story. Which then I hope they make another one, because I think it would be so awesome if they did. But yeah, I love these movies. They are so much goddamn fun. I have seen the unrated cuts, and they're both good. Because these movies are just funny and all around. And I think the reason why this one got some hate is because people were still burned, if you would say, by McFarlane's previous movie, Million Ways to Die in the West, which I heard was not very good, and that's probably why Ted 2 suffered a little bit of backlash, because one, it's not as good as the first movie, and also because people still felt the sting, you know, the burning sting, if you will, of A Million Ways to Die in the West, which I can understand. You know, bad word of mouth and everything. And then finally, this video is not going to be as long as the last one, which I'm surprised. But finally is Two and a Half Men, Season 1. I fucking love this show. Up until Season 9, when the show went complete fucking retard on me. Yeah, I love the show. I love the characters. I think Charlie and Alan have great back and forth with each other. And this show was this was before they took Charlie's nuts away, or they took Alan's nuts away. Because Alan was always the straight man of the show. You know, he was the organized, uptight, straight man. Now later in seasons, he become a pussy. They take his nuts away, they make him a pussy, they make him basically sponge off a stranger just to stay in the house for no reason, and and he has no job, basically. Fuck you, Chuck Lorre, and whoever else decided that stupidity. I implore you, if you ever watch the show, just watch seasons 1 through 8, you'll feel a lot better. And I'm not the only one who said that the later seasons sucked. Because I've read up on reviews, and everyone else has said those 9 through 12 suck. So yeah. This has been my video. This has basically been my 2017 DVD collection part 1. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Part 2 will probably be tomorrow or the next day, don't know. But it will be the big, huge shelf. So I'll catch you guys next time.